Hey guys, it's me, Terry of the Yarnjoy podcast. Welcome to Vlogtober Day 3. Okay, so for the mini project that I have done for today is still following along with Laura of Happy Berry Crochet here on YouTube. I'm following her tutorials, and I have done a little sun. And of course, I turned it into a backpack buddy. So anyway, here's my little sun. I used size 3 weight yarn. In fact, well, this orange is my never-ending orange that I've had. I've still got some, and it is a very light, like a number 3 weight yarn. And then the yellow, actually, I didn't have a bright yellow in the 3, like a baby weight or a 3 weight or sport weight, I guess, yarn. Except for a pastel yellow, baby yellow, and that wasn't right. And so what I did is I got into one of my Lion Brand mandala cakes in the colorway Gnome, and I cut a little yellow section out so then I could use that. And so if you, well, it looks pretty good on the camera, but if you look really close, see that? There's little speckles of some green, and it's like little sprinkles. There's one right there. So it's not a solid yellow, but I think it's cute. He's cute. He's more of a folk art son, I guess. Anyway, I think it turned out really cute. And I am still using a 3mm crochet hook. Okay, so that is my mini project for today, Vlogtober, day number 3. Okay, so getting on to the trivia questions. I've had several people answering the questions, and I think everybody's enjoying doing the trivia. I was doing 5 questions, but I'm thinking that since I'm answering Q&A, or I'm doing a Q&A after the trivia, I think that I'm going to cut it down to 3 questions per day, okay? So let's see, yesterday I believe had 4 questions, so let's go on and I will tell you the answers to the ones I did yesterday. Okay, so the first one I did yesterday was, let me get my book out here. Okay, Inky, Blinky, and Pinky are 3 of Pac-Man's 4 enemies, and who is the 4th? And the choices were Clinky, Clyde, Dinky, and Steve. And so the answer is B, Clyde. Clyde is the orange ghost, Blinky is red, Inky is blue, and Pinky is, well, pink. That's what it says. Okay, so the next question was, which future TV star was pulled on stage to dance with Bruce Springsteen in the musical video for Dancing in the Dark? Was it A, Courtney Cox, B, Callista Flockhart, C, Terry Hatcher, or D, Sarah Jessica Parker? And of course the answer is A, Courtney Cox. It looks like an impromptu performance, but in fact Cox was cast for the part by director Brian De Palma on Springsteen's Born in the USA tour. However, the thrill of a lifetime was real. The boss selected a young woman at random to be his dance partner at each concert. So he really did that, but for the video, Courtney Cox was cast to play that part. Anyway, that's cool. Okay, let's see. And then the next one is, who is the first character to speak in the movie Star Wars? And of course, this is the first Star Wars, which was A New Hope. And what does that character say? And quite a few of you got that right. Let's see. The answer is C-3PO, the droid with the snazzy gold paint job. He speaks first, and he says to R2-D2, "Did you hear that?" Okay. And the last one that I did for yesterday was, what was the original name of the Beatles? Was it A, the Quarrymen, B, the Birdmen, C, the London Boys Club, or D, the Longhairs? And the answer is A, the Quarrymen. Okay, I didn't know that. Let's see. And so for today's questions, I'll just give you 3 questions for today. Number 1 is, by which name was Will Smith known during his early rap career? Okay. Number 2, what was the first video ever played on MTV? Was it A, Beat It by Michael Jackson, B, Money for Nothing by Dire Straits, C, Paradise by the Dashboard Light? Oh, that's a whole, I'm sorry, that's a whole song name. It's called Paradise by the Dashboard Light, and the artist is Meatloaf. And then D is Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. Buggles? Yeah, Buggles. Okay, number 3, one more, is who famously said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind"? Was that A, Buzz Aldrin, B, Neil Armstrong, C, John Glenn, or D, Buzz Lightyear? Okay, so that is the questions for this time, and tomorrow I will give you the answers. Okay, now on to the next section, which is Q&A, and you have been so great and giving me questions to answer, so let's answer some more of them. Okay, so let's see. Linda of Just a Crochet Sister, or, well, that's her whole channel name. It's Linda Just a Crochet Sister. Okay, so Linda asks me how long I've been making hats for preemies. Well, I've been making preemie size hats for donations for quite a, well, probably 5-6 years or more, or possibly off and on. But the actual character preemie hats that I've been doing, this is the 3rd year that I have done that. I belong to a charity group here in my city. I used to participate in that group quite a bit more than I do now. Mainly what I do now is because this group that does the character hats contacted somebody in that group, and that's how I found out about them. And so this is the main focus I have as far as my contribution part. And so this is the 3rd year that I've done it. Somebody asked me, okay, this is Brenda L. Her last name is spelled L-I-P-P-E. I don't want to mess it up by trying to pronounce it, so Brenda. It says, her question is, do you have the directions for that turkey/fall sign hanging on the wall behind you? Turkey/. Oh, that's my owl. I think that's what she's talking about. Okay, but yes, that is actually my design, and last year when I made that, it's 3 corner-to-corner pieces, and I did a crochet along, and I filmed each piece where you went along with me. The first one was the pumpkin, because I felt like that would be good for beginners, and so that one is, I go with you even more almost line by line, not exactly, but pretty good, because it was really geared toward beginners to get the hang of doing the Grafgans. And then the next one I did, I believe, was the owl, I think, maybe, or the fall, I can't remember, but I did all 3 parts as a crochet along and another video with the assembly, and so I can link those videos. Brenda, I will link them. Well, I will reply to your comment where you asked me that, and I will give you a link to those videos, or at least the beginning part, so you can find it, because in those videos I have a link to Ravelry where you can go and print out the charts that I put on Ravelry. They're free, but I just used it as a place where people can go and get the charts. Okay. So that's the answer to that one. Okay, let's see. Oh, Madonna Ballard. Hi, Madonna. She asked me, do you have a destination that you'd like to travel to? Oh, wow. Well, probably in the United States, I have been to Florida one time to Disney World, but it was just like straight from Texas to Disney World, just about, not really anything anywhere else in Florida. So I think I would love to go to Florida, maybe further south, to really see some of the beautiful beaches there. I would love to go to California. I really would. I've never been there. I would love it to see the Pacific from the California side or whatever. The redwoods. I just think it would be great. It would be a great trip. And then, of course, now for my honeymoon, my husband and I went to Hawaii, and I would love to go back there. Oh, it was wonderful. It was like, I could never, here's this young woman from Texas that had never even been out of the state, I don't think, before then, and seeing this place that I had only seen on TV, you know, Hawaii Five-0, and it was like to me, it was like it couldn't be real. You know, it was, oh man, it was made such an impression on me. I would love to go back. I'm not that much of an international traveler. I'm not a very good traveler. I get motion sick. But I think those places I would be conservative type places I would like to go. Okay. Let's see. Oh, but I am following Seta in her travels and kind of traveling vicariously through her. Okay. Let's see. Everybody have such wonderful comments. I really appreciate it. Okay, Hope. Let's see, Hope Mahoney of Hopeful Crafts. She asked me, how do I feel about this being the last year of homeschooling? Well, it's mixed feelings, you know, because my youngest son, you know, he's my baby, and he's getting ready to go out. Well, I mean, he will still be here going to college, but I mean, he will still be living at home, but it'll just be different, you know. It'll be more, he's getting into transitioning to being an adult, and it's going to be kind of weird. But I will miss it. But then again, I am very much ready to retire from homeschooling, since this is my 25th year, combined with my first son that I homeschooled plus this one. So I would say mixed feelings, really. You know, I'm going to miss it, but I'm going to be glad that I'm going to be retiring and I can move on to doing other things. So anyway, let's see. Okay, Mel Hartley, she commented and she said that she asked me, what tips and tricks can you share for new amigurumi makers? Well, I've had a few people ask me that before, and really I think a great place for new amigurumi makers is to go to, I'm going to have a plug here for Sharon Oyala and her patterns, and especially her tutorials. I will link in the description box below a link to her channel where you can go over there. But I would say she's a great place to start, because her tutorials are very much geared toward, geared toward anybody, but specifically for beginners. I really think so, because especially like some of her earlier videos where she's doing like the Little Bigfoot series, I know she's got one called the Little Bigfoot Bunny, and she goes through line by line, and she tells you and helps you and shows you how to sew the pieces together, and she just does a great job, and even to get the faces stitched on. I think that would be somebody that I would really suggest a beginner to go and do some of Sharon's patterns, and because her tutorials are so thorough. I did quite a few of her patterns in the beginning when I was really getting into amigurumi, so I would suggest that. Okay. Next, let's see. With all your project ideas, do you have a list you follow? Well, I just enjoy so many other people's YouTube channels, and I see what projects they're doing. I like to browse the free pattern sites, like Ravelry, and, well, not as much Ravelry anymore, but I do the Love Crafts, is that what it's called? And then just, I don't know, I get Crochet World magazine and different things, and I have so many different things that inspire me. Now, my custom amigurumi orders that I do, you know, I have people ask me to do certain things, you know, can you make a giraffe? Can you make a hippo? Can you make a monkey for me to give to as a baby shower gift, you know, stuff like that. So I guess that's where I get my ideas, you know. I don't know. Mainly, I guess I'll see what other people are doing, and that'll kind of give me ideas. Oh, I think I'd like to do that, you know. So, I guess so. Okay. Let's see. This one is about homeschooling. She says, homeschooling is not something we do in Quebec or Canada, and it's very intriguing for me. How do you know what are the subjects you have to teach? Well, I kind of go by the subjects I took, what year I took them, you know, and just reading, writing, arithmetic, and that's the main thing in Texas. That's the main thing is required for you to teach, is reading, writing, arithmetic, and good citizenship would be like social studies, history. Besides that, like I said, I kind of go with what classes I took when I was in high school and stuff like that. I guess that's where and I do follow some curriculum in what subjects that they offer, and kind of go a course outline like that. And also, of course, you want to give input from your student, what your student is interested in as far as electives and things. Can take the SAT and ACT, stuff like that. Also, if your child is going to go into, once they get out of high school, if they're going to go to one of the community colleges, they have an exam there that called the TSI, that's what it's called here, that they take and to see if they are at the level they need to be to go into college courses. So that's you know how my older son did it, and then he started at junior college, and then he transferred to the bigger city college here, or state college, no, city college, I don't know, and went from there. Fabergé Crochet asked me, why did I decide to homeschool my sons? Well, we had some friends that were homeschooling at the time when my older son was getting ready to start college, I mean not college, school, and I just really I had never heard of homeschooling before, but I had thought that that was such a cool thing, you know. I thought it would be fun, and just, I don't know, I liked it. I always liked school myself, and I just felt like that would be such a great thing to be able to teach my son to read, and just the basics, so cool. But it just went well, you know. I thought, oh, I'll start with the pre-K and get him the basics, and then we'll see how it goes and take it 1 year at a time, and we just continued doing it. Of course, I also enjoyed making my own schedule, and that's it's easier to take trips and vacations and stuff like that, because you can go whenever you want to, and you can go off season where the rates are cheaper, and so we just stayed with it, you know, and we like to be able to, you know, have such a great relationship with our kids that way. Now, you know, we felt like he got a lot of socialization in our church that we belong to, because it has a very large youth group and a lot of activities and group things, and so, I mean, he was getting lots of socializing and activities that way, and it just worked out real well for us, and he made a great transition into college, my older son, you know, and he went and got his bachelor's degree. Now he's a teacher, and so we just felt like it was right for us to do that. So oh my goodness, let's see, Penny Appleyard, she gave me a whole bunch of questions, and so I will answer a couple of these, and then I will definitely answer these, but I may have to do another video to answer all of those. We'll see. But I'll answer her first couple of them. Okay, so she asked me, what did you take in college? Well, I did get a bachelor's degree. That's one reason I also felt like I was capable of homeschooling, because I did get a bachelor's degree in college, and so I felt like I was up to the task, I guess. But anyway, I got a bachelor's degree in business administration, in finance. And although I have never worked outside the home, my husband always says I'm the chief financial officer of the family because of, you know, handling the budget and stuff like that. So anyway, yes, but I did get a bachelor's degree in finance. Financial management, it was called. Okay, what is your favorite hook size? Oh, I like anywhere between a size E. I usually do a size E, which is a 3.5 millimeter, or a 3.75 millimeter, which is an F, and those for amigurumis. For blankets and things, I like to even go up to like a J. What is that, a 6 millimeter? I don't know. I use a pretty good range. I don't go higher usually than a J, because my K hook seems like it's really heavy in my hand, and so I just don't usually use those real big hooks. I like to use size 3 or size 4 weight yarns. I don't really use chunky weight yarns too much. Well, not really at all. So, so that's hook sizes that work well with that size yarn. Okay. So let's see, I think this is probably getting long, so I will stop at that, and I will continue on answering more questions, and I will try to answer all the questions, and if I have even more questions than what I could handle in these Vlogtobers, I'm going to continue on with them, because I really like interacting with everybody, and I appreciate everybody asking me questions and being interested in stuff about me or whatever. Okay, so that is Vlogtober 3 for today, and we will see you tomorrow in Vlogtober number 4. So bye, guys.